my name is Myra and welcome to my channel. So this is going to be my first YouTube video, kind of exciting. And today I'm going to be doing a full face of E.L.F. This is the end result, and I just dropped my mirror. You didn't hear that. So if you're interested in this video, please continue to watch. Thanks. So I do just want to say that I am having an awful skin week. I'm sure we all are wearing those masks, and I work full time, so wearing those masks and sweating through the masks are just causing me to break out like crazy. But something that I have been using for about a month now, and it is E.L.F, is their Acne Spot treatment. I completely think that this is helping out my skin because early on, about May, I started breaking out on my forehead a lot, and I started using this and it's gone down quite a bit. So before I do my makeup, I have been using this just a spot treat, especially for ones that popped up recently, just so I can kind of tackle them head on. And this does reduce the redness, I've noticed, within 2 to 3 days, so definitely recommend it. Gonna spot. You don't want to use too much. It does come out kind of fast. It's like a liquid. I had to wash my hands, so I'm really excited to try out the Putty primer just because I've heard such good things about it and a lot of people recommend it. It's been compared to a lot of high-end primers, so definitely excited to use it. Just gonna warm it up in our hands. Gonna put this all over. So I do have piercings, so what I normally do is I'll tuck my septum in, and I do have like a little Dixie cup with some rubbing alcohol just to soak my nose rings in, sanitize them. And I'm gonna wash my hands again because I have all this stuff on my hands. So it feels really good, like light, airy. It doesn't feel thick or like cakey, which I notice with a lot of primers I feel instantly oily. So after that, I am going to go in with the Camo Concealer, and I'm just going to spot some of the blemishes on my face. A little really does go a long way with this product. The brush is pretty large, so you're going to get a lot of product that comes out. And then I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but I do my eyes before foundation. Let's like start where I put the product first. Just using a little beauty applicator from Morphe. Just gonna blend that out. It's kind of hide that redness. I'm really red. So I have most of that blended. Sorry, the mirror keeps blocking my face. I feel like the Camo Concealer has just become a staple for everyone's makeup because it is just really amazing. Definitely hid most of those red spots. So now I'm going to do my brows, and I'm going to do that off camera. If I can open the brow pencil. Why having no nails is awful. I'm gonna say with brows, I am definitely not a pro at them. In high school, I got them waxed so often that they thinned really bad. So over the years, I've kind of just been plucking them, and I will get there with my brows one day, I promise. I'm going to be doing the tape method for my shadow, and for the shadows I am going to be using this one. So it's Rose Water. E.L.F released these a couple months ago, and there's different colors of them. I'm thinking just a smoky eye because that's what it's offering. And then I also got this loose eyeshadow pigment. It's like a really pretty gold, and I really want to do a cut crease with it because it just looks super, super pretty. And I don't recommend the tape method if you are allergic to any type of adhesive, and I do know that they sell kind of like a masking beauty tape that you can use for it just to get that kind of chiseled crease, or I guess cat eye on the corner of your eye. I'm going to be using the E.L.F Camo Concealer to prime my eyes. And remember that a little goes a long way because this brush and applicator is so large, so you just barely want to dab it and then just blend it out. I couldn't find an eye primer that they had available, so this is just what I'm going to use. I'm starting to think I should have opened these before starting. I'm really struggling. For the first shadow, I'm going to be using this like very light beige, and I'm just going to blend this all over the lid. My mirror down here now. Oh, it's not blocking my face. So definitely a light color. You can't even really tell that it's on my eyelid. I guess that's kind of what I was going for, because I just wanted it to kind of set that eye concealer since it's not a primer. Alrighty. So after that, I am going to go into this darker shade, and I'm just going to pack that out in the outer corner. And I am just going to be using like a flat pack brush. The JS11, the Morphe brushes. I've not memorized the names. So I thought this darker shadow was a matte, but it actually is glittery. I don't know if you can see it in the pan. It wants to focus. I don't think it's going to, but it does have like a little bit of a gold shimmer. Definitely interesting. I am just going to pack that. So I am going for just like a winged look, so I'm just going to use this flat brush to kind of shape it. I'm going to stop about right after my eye. Don't get all that dark shadow too far in. Since I'm going to do a cut crease, just makes sense. Oh! Got it on my nose. Okay. Alright, that didn't happen. What? No, we're looking a little crazy. The payoff of this color is actually really good. In the pan, it looks like a mauve dark brown. You can kind of tell there. And then on the lid, it honestly just looks like a smoky black. That glitter is kind of throwing me off, but I'm not mad at it. And I don't know, the fallout, it's not as bad as it could be. It's a little bit on the cheek and in the pan. So I'm going to go in with the JS5 brush, and I'm just going to use that kind of transition shade that I used at first, and I'm just going to blend that out on the top. After that, I'm going to go in with the shimmer right here, just to kind of lighten the brow bone. So that first shade is packed in there pretty tight. I did have to kind of dig my brush into it, and then did have quite a bit of fallout. I don't know if that's going to focus, but it kind of just fell like all over my eye. Definitely a lot in the pan. I just wanted it for a little highlight, but it's not... Okay, the payoff's pretty nice. It matches the color in the pan, which is what you want. So I did decide to use it as an inner corner highlight, and it's beautiful. So I'm going to go in with that third shade. It's kind of like a shimmery rose color, and I'm just going to blend that into the edge of the eye before I cut the crease. So the fallout on that one was a little more excessive, and then I did just want to swatch it from the first one. So I don't know if the camera's going to focus. So they are really pretty. I am in love with that rose color. I wish I would have used a little bit more of that, but I just wanted to go into the dark shade because I wanted a smoky eye. So I always keep makeup wipes by me because I start making a mess after a while. Just gonna brush away that fallout. When we put foundation on, it'll get rid of most of it. I'm gonna cut the crease, and I'm going to be using this really pretty gold shade. Like, I don't know, I just love it. I love the shine. It's like a really pretty gold. Alright, so just gonna brush this. So I do have a bit of hooded eyes, so I do look up just so it kind of shows me where the placement is gonna be. And then I just use a flat brush and I blend it out. Alright, so that is done, and I am going to use a gold shade. I'm going to try it with the brush, but I do think you're going to have to use your finger because the shadow is really soft. So so I don't know if the brush is going to pick it up correctly, but I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm going to use the JS12 brush. This is perfect for like the inner corner, but I'm just going to use it to see if I can like pack on the shadow. Like I said, it is super creamy. Like you can just see it indenting, almost like those pot shadows. Like, I don't know, I have a few somewhere. Yeah, so definitely finger. I'm gonna wash my hands again. Can't wash your hands too many times. So we're just gonna use our finger. I feel like my hair is super crazy right now. Okay, yes, yes, yes. So the gold is called Toast. Definitely recommend using it with your finger. We are gonna use that brush to blend it out more. Just to kind of add a little bit more of that dark brown, just to kind of make it transition a little smoother. Wow. So definitely a soft shadow. It's almost like a glitter, but it's not super glittery. So press your finger in lightly if you go this route. Because I did put a little too much on that eye, but I'll fix it with the brush. So this shadow definitely a lot heavier than the other ones. I think that this is, I don't know, it's almost like a liquid blush, like the texture of it. It's like a really good texture, but I did put a little too much than I probably should have, because I thought I had to kind of dig my finger in. So just fair warning. But this is where we're at. We are gonna blend that out a lot more and just kind of put that brown shadow a little bit more into the crease. And after that, some liner. If you have watched this far, I definitely want to thank you. Like, I'm sure you could tell I'm a little nervous, so I'm probably babbling a lot. Like, figure I will get used to it. So definitely blend that out with the brush. I'm gonna smoke out that lower lash line with a bit of that dark brown shadow. I'm only gonna go about to the middle of my eye. And after that, I'm gonna blend it out with that second shade. It's like that beige, just to make it a little lighter. Take that under. Make it a little less dark. So definitely with that dark brown, once you place it, it does not want to move, which is really good for a shadow. But with the smoking out the under eye, you're gonna have to go all the way, which I don't normally do in my other shadows. Like, again, it's looking a little crazy. I promise it'll look good in the end. I'm gonna remove the tape, and I did add a little bit more concealer under the eye just because there was quite a bit of fallout. I know this eye shape isn't for everyone because we all have different shaped eyes. But I do find just kind of readjusting the tape does help a lot. Like if you want it more up, I wanted it a little bit more out. I'm really not liking how the under eye smoking went. I'm gonna try to fix that as I do liner. So look away. So for the liner, I'm going to be using their H2O proof eyeliner. So this will be my first time using this. The one I normally use is the N.Y.X, and that's normally what I use all the time, every day, even if I don't do shadow or a full face of makeup. So when I start my liner, everyone does their liner differently. I do start in the middle to the front. just gonna follow this line here. Just kind of point that down like that. Good. A little bit thicker. So there we go. And I'm just gonna do the other eye. Alrighty. So I like the eyeliner. I was a little worried it was gonna be super liquidy because when you shake it, I did mess up on this eye. I did it a little too thick, and this side I seem to have done pretty good at. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this eyeliner. I did have to shake it a couple times just because once it touched that gold shadow, and I told you it was thick, it did kind of lose a little bit traction in that color. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I will say something frustrating about my eyes is this eye is more hooded than this one. So I'm sure you can tell when I like look forward, you can like see more of the gold, and this one kind of droops down a little bit more. So I realize I don't have a pencil for my waterline, so I am going to be using a Wet n Wild pencil. This is a blue one. It's my favorite for the waterline. Just adds a little bit of a pop of color, and I use it all the time so much it's really short. Okay, so I added that blue. This is how we're looking. I am a little disappointed in that darker shade in that mini palette just because it is starting to come off already. I'll try packing on a little bit more. After that, I am just going to do mascara, and I am going to do foundation. I'm going to do foundation before mascara because just in case I get some under my eye, I'll be able to kind of pat it away. I've heard really good things about this foundation. It's their acne fighting one. So the one I regularly use, you can tell this one's almost empty, is just their Flawless Finish foundation. It's really good. It doesn't make my skin oily, and it hasn't made me break out as others do. And I am using, let's see, their face sponge, and I did get it a little bit wet. I believe this was $5, so definitely not bad. I'm hoping I got the right shade. My complexion is very strange, like very olivey, but very red, acne prone. So I will say the scent is a lot stronger than their other foundation. Almost has a little bit of like a rubbing alcohol smell, but I'm guessing that's the acne fighting. So it does say, it doesn't want to focus. So it's kind of turning me off from wanting to use it, but let's get all this damn hair out of my face. It's blending out pretty good. It seems that I did get a good match. Can't tell because of the lighting, and I'm using a phone camera. It's a little more yellowy than I'm used to with their foundation. Just gonna keep patting away, blend away. Definitely down here. To say the coverage with this is pretty good. Do it on like a red spot. Might have to go over a couple more spots with it, but it did tone down a lot of that redness. I don't know if the lighting is good enough to show that. One thing I do want to say is this bottle is just weird because you're like squeezing it out, and just the littlest of squeeze, it comes out a lot. I did mess up, so mess ups happen, people. Not a pro, so I'm just learning as I go, day by day. So I will have to touch up that shadow. So I am pretty happy with the coverage of this. I wish you could see it on camera, but I do feel a little yellow. So I'm hoping that kind of fades into my skin a little bit more. But we will be using a setting powder. And then, I don't know about anyone else, but after the foundation, I put chapstick on and then I'll just rub it away. I just find it makes it a lot easier, especially before applying lips. just remove that foundation that got on your lips. So as for contour, that is another thing I need to work on. I am just going to use my Ofra blush. I got this in an Ipsy bag. I did not get a blush or bronzer from E.L.F, but I'm sure they are amazing. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that on my cheekbones and a little bit on my nose, just to highlight those couple areas. And after that, I am just going to do a little bit of highlight, and I'm just going to use that light shimmery shade in that mini palette. I'm a firm believer that blush can sculpt your face too, but I'll get into bronzers more in the future, I'm sure. So we're just going to dab our JS4 brush, really good highlighting brush. I'm going to tap out. I'm just going to do the upper cheekbone, little on the nose. I do my upper lip, do some on my chin, just a little bit on my forehead. Just gonna go over. Ooh. Okay, so that worked pretty good. So as for contour, that is another thing I need to work on. I am just going to use my Ofra blush. I got this in an Ipsy bag. I did not get a blush or bronzer from E.L.F, but I'm sure they are amazing. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that on my cheekbones and a little bit on my nose, just to highlight those couple areas. And after that, I am just going to do a little bit of highlight, and I'm just going to use that light shimmery shade in that mini palette. I'm a firm believer that blush can sculpt your face too, but I'll get into bronzers more in the future, I'm sure. So we're just going to dab our JS4 brush, really good highlighting brush. I'm going to tap out. I'm just going to do the upper cheekbone, little on the nose. I do my upper lip, do some on my chin, just a little bit on my forehead. Just gonna go over. Ooh. Okay, so that worked pretty good. I'm going to be using the E.L.F 3-in-1 mascara in jet black, or very black. I really like how this applicator is. I'm a little worried because it's like one of those plastic ones. Don't get your hair stuck. So the little ball part, I don't know if you could tell, it's a different shape. It's like perfect for the lower lash line because you don't have to worry about like putting too much on it. There it goes under my eyelid. So mascara is pretty good. You can't really tell. I don't know if you can tell. It's very liquidy though. So I'm gonna use this. I got some under my eye. And then I did get E.L.F lashes. I'm fairly new to lashes. I started using them about a month ago. I've only put them on maybe 4 times. And these are the E.L.F lashes in Flirtatious. I'm gonna apply those off camera. Something really cool is this pack of lashes does come with lash tweezers, which is pretty nice. I have been using my hands mostly, and I use like a metal tweezer. Don't recommend putting them too close to your eye. Don't want to stab your eye. And for lash glue, I'm going to be using H2o. I don't think E.L.F has their own lash glue, but that's what I'm gonna use. And don't forget to trim your lashes. I also applied lips already. I know I do my makeup in a really weird order. So this is their SRSLY Satin. It is in the color Taffy. So on the package, it's kind of just like this rose pink color. It's definitely more coral on the lips. I was thinking it would be more like the color of my dress, but it's not. Oh, why couldn't I have just been born with long lashes? It's really pretty. It's definitely more natural lash than the other ones I've tried, which is good. Just want to do a close-up of the lashes. I'm honestly loving them. They definitely did not look this long in the package, so it was like a good surprise. I am getting a little sweaty. It's hot. Just like pat everything in. I'm gonna use that spoolie again. Alright, and then for this lipstick, it is a cream lipstick. Just have to apply it a couple times. Again, more corally than I was expecting, just because the package, I don't know if you can, it looks way brighter, but in person it's kind of this color. Alright, and for setting spray, we're going to do the N.Y.X matte finish spray. This is my favorite. I love it. It makes my makeup last all day. Alright, so I am going to wash my hands and brush my hair because I don't normally have my hair like this, and be right back. So here's the finished look. I like it. I'm still a little iffy on the shadows. I know this look is not for everyone. I definitely love to wing it out. As for the foundation, regardless of the smell, it did go away. I'm actually really liking it. That weird yellowness did go away. Do you want to give some close-ups? Hopefully this focuses. So I am newer to lashes. I know this one's a little wonky. I'm loving the length of them. And then some of my blemishes did pop through again. But all in all, pretty happy with it. And, oh, see the liner. I was going to say, the eyeliner is a little liquidy. When I went back over it after applying the lashes, I realized that. Think I would use it, but I wouldn't go for it all the time. The N.Y.X Epic Ink Eyeliner is my favorite. I use it every day, like I said, especially for work. I wake up really early and I just kind of throw it on and out the door. As for the lips, it is not a liquid lip, so it's not going to be long wearing, but it feels really good on my lips. I'm really liking the color, even though it is a little brighter than I was expecting. A little brighter than I go for. It's perfect for summer, spring, so I definitely will be getting some more of these, especially because they're so cute. They're really tiny. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it wasn't too cringy. Just getting into the swing of things, and I will see you next time. Have a good day, you guys.